Momotaro the Peach Boy. Long ago, in a quiet village tucked between soft green hills and whispering bamboo, there lived an old woman and her husband. They were kind, they were gentle, they had everything they needed except a child. Each morning, the old woman would walk down to the river with her wooden bucket. And each morning, she would whisper a tiny prayer into the breeze. Please, if you could send us someone to love. One bright and golden morning, the sun sparkled on the water like laughter. The woman knelt by the river to wash her clothes when, what was that? Something big, and round, and pink came bobbing down the stream. It wasn't a boat, it wasn't a bowl, it was a peach. The biggest, plumpest, juiciest peach she had ever seen. She reached out, scooped it up, and cradled it in her arms like a treasure. What a gift! She laughed. Old man will be so surprised. She carried it home, but when they sliced it open, out popped a baby boy. His cheeks were pink like peach blossoms. His laugh was like springtime. They named him Momotaro, which means peach boy. And oh, how they loved him. He grew up strong, he grew up kind, he helped the villagers carry firewood and always bowed politely. But one day news came of trouble. Up in the mountains, on a faraway island, ogres were stealing treasures and scaring the people. The villagers whispered in fear. The old man shook his head. Someone should do something, he said. And Momotaro stood tall. I will go, he said, because sometimes small boys with big hearts are the bravest of all. The old woman packed him dumplings for the journey. Sweet, sticky, warm dumplings made with love. He set off alone, but not for long. On the road a dog appeared. Where are you going, Momotaro? To fight the ogres and bring back the treasure. Then I will come too if you'll share one dumpling, said the dog, and so the dog joined him. Then came a monkey. Where are you going, Momotaro? To fight the ogres and bring back the treasure, said Momotaro. Then I will come too if you'll share one dumpling, said the monkey, and so the monkey joined him. Then a pheasant flew down. Where are you going, Momotaro? To fight the ogres and bring back the treasure, said Momotaro. Then I will come too if you will share one dumpling, said the pheasant. And so the pheasant joined him, and off they went, boy, dog, monkey, bird, together. Up mountains, through forests, across the sea. They reached the ogre's island and found the castle tall and dark and scary. But Momotaro was not afraid. He believed that kindness was stronger than fear. The dog barked and scared the guards. The monkey climbed and opened the gates. The pheasant swooped and flew through the halls. Momotaro walked in and said calmly, But you've taken what doesn't belong to you. We've come to bring it back. The ogres, seeing his courage, his friends, and his honesty, they gave back the treasure and, more than that, they promised to stop hurting people. Because when you are brave and kind and fair, even ogres can change. Momotaro and his friends sailed home, the treasure gleaming like stars. When the villagers saw him, they cheered, but Momotaro ran first into the arms of the old man and woman, the ones who had loved him from the moment he popped out of a peach. They didn't need treasure, they didn't need fame. They had their boy home, and that was the greatest gift of all. And so the story of Momotaro lives on, about how even the smallest can be brave, how dumplings can make a family, and how love always finds its way home. Peach, a sweet, round fruit with pinkish skin and soft flesh. A giant peach came floating down the river where the old woman was washing. Villager, a person who lives in a small town or village. The villagers cheered when Momotaro returned with the treasure. Brave, showing courage and not afraid. Momotaro was brave enough to face the ogres on the island. Dumpling. A small bowl of dough filled with meat or vegetables. The old woman packed dumplings for Momotaro's journey. Ogre, a large, scary creature often found in folk tales. The ogres had been stealing from the people until Momotaro stopped them. Treasure. Valuable things like gold coins or jewels. The ogres gave back all the treasure they had stolen. Companion, a friend or someone who goes with you. Momotaro made 3 companions, a dog, a monkey, and the pheasant. Kindness, being nice and caring to others. Momotaro used kindness and courage to win over even the ogres. Journey. A trip from one place to another, he began his journey across the sea to the ogre's island, floating. Resting or moving slowly on the surface of water, the peach was floating gently down the stream when the woman saw it.